Hello, everyone. You see my picture there, that's with less hair. And I'm not brave enough to show you my student ID, so you can forget that. I'm the executive director of your counseling center, also a licensed psychologist. I've been here 26 years. The counseling center is accredited. We're one of only two in the state that are college accredited counseling centers. We do better than the other one. When you can guess for yourselves where that one might be. We provide individual, couple, group counseling and psychotherapy. We do outreach and prevention education programming. We do a lot of consultation work, which we define that as the interactions that we have with you when you are concerned about a student. You or any other third party, when you are concerned about a student, you can contact us or visit us, and we'll be glad to walk you through some suggestions and tips about how to manage the mental health aspect of the situation you might be seeing. And we also provide training to advanced graduate students in the counseling center every year. Anywhere between 3 to 6 advanced graduate students work with us. As Mr. Dorsey mentioned, we have somewhere in the neighborhood of 50,000 people here on campus. During football game day, weekends, that number swells to almost 250,000. That's a lot of people. If you rounded up all the professionals who are providing mental health services here on campus, that number would be about 30 to 40 individuals, serving in some way or another about 50,000 people. The threat assessment and risk assessment behavioral intervention team folks, that amounts to about another 20 or so. This number of people can't possibly be everywhere and see everything. That's not possible. As Mr. Dorsey also mentioned, we need your eyes and ears. That is critical because you are in the living and learning environments where you are likely to see someone in distress. Now, what I'm talking about here today generally falls below what Mr. Dorsey was talking about, threat assessments and stuff like that. We come into play, the mental health people come into play when people are ordinarily distressed. Okay, they have some depression, some anxiety, some stress, things like that. This is long before they might become a risk to self or others. But the earlier you intervene, the earlier you get someone some assistance, the more likely you are to prevent a more tragic outcome, either for that individual or for others. Long before the perpetrator at Virginia Tech perpetrated his crimes, long before that, he would have been seen as an ordinarily depressed young man or boy. And had he gotten the interventions that he needed effectively in that time, we may have been able to prevent the outcome. So this is what we encourage you to do. In your packets, you should see a brochure from our office, Managing Interactions with Distressed Students. If you'll open that up, I'm not going to walk you through the entire thing, I just want to point out a few things. The very first section, you'll see some indications, some warning signs, if you will, of a student who's in distress. Those warning signs are not meant to cover every possible condition or issue that a student may have. Those are the 6 major presentations, the things that you are likely to see with your own eyes or hear with your own ears. When you are seeing these things, it is time to communicate. I believe you may have already heard from counsel. FERPA does not in any way present an impediment to you communicating concerns about a student. If we're talking about observable behavior, stuff you see with your own eyes or hear with your own ears. So follow up. My number one take-home point for you is to communicate. If you're going to make any mistakes, make it in the direction of communicating. Talk to your supervisor. If you are concerned that a safety risk is imminent, your call should be to UAPD. They are our safety experts on campus. If it falls below what you think is an imminent safety issue, but you suspect it involves mental health issues, you can contact the counseling center directly. Even after hours, we have an on-call counselor available, and you get to that person through UAPD. So there again, you're never going to go wrong by contacting UAPD. They will get you to the appropriate resource day or night. So always follow up. You also see some intervention guidelines in the